Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
Playing tonight under a gray and purple sky at Sigma Beta Chi Field. Welcome into Rattlers Soccer. Joey Zanaboni, I'm the mailman out here for you, and I'm going to be delivering directly to your zip code. Absolutely going to be driving this truck straight down the street that is your subconscious. This is KSAT 12 as well as the entire Rattler Athletic Network. What a matchup we are in for here tonight. It feels good to finally be playing in kind of cooler temperatures. It is starting to get dark out here in San Antonio as the first 45 go on the board. First night game for either the ladies program or the men's program here this season at Sigma Beta Chi Field, and the Rattlers trying to stay perfect at home in their magnificent white and blue uniforms. Tonight, the Dallas Baptist Patriots there in the navy blue with the red trim. Rattlers going right to left, Patriots going left to right. In net for the Dallas Baptist Patriots is going to be Tristan Olvera. Jacob Sale, of course, doing the net minding for us. It's Aaron Prue, Austin Mesa, Matthew Hayes, Jose Vasquez, as well as David Treviso, Jonathan Macias, Ethan Martinez, Abraham Garcia, Zaidan Kevavong, and Tito Lopez out there for DBU. It's Sale backed up by Peralt, Morrison, Wilson, Blasco, Wright, Ibarachi, Sanchez, Woolley, Cresto, and Barr. We are ready to kick these tires and light these fires right here on KSAT 12, as well as the entire athletic network that does belong to St. Mary's, the Rattler Athletic Network, and so happy you could be with us here tonight. The Rattlers coming off a tough loss, but still a lot of reason for optimism, both lately as well as in the season overall for St. Mary's. They lost a ball game 2-0 in Laredo against Texas A&M International last time out. That was a week ago in Laredo. Did outshoot the Dust Devils 9-7. A couple of quick second-half goals by Texas A&M International dealt the Rattlers their first conference loss of the season, but time to get back on track here at home, where the squad has been automatic and able to parry the first effort by Dallas Baptist. That's Ibarraci with some speed, and he is tripped up right about midfield. Martin Ibarraci, so gosh darn good this year, very strong coming out of the back, and going to push up a little bit here as a midfielder in this one. Ibarraci sent tumbling very quickly. He has been one of the key pieces for a St. Mary's club that this year has established itself as certainly one of the top teams in the conference, perhaps in the region, and a squad that has been in the top 25 nationally. St. Mary's 3-2-1 overall, 3-0 at home, 0-2 away, 0-1 on neutral fields, trying to spring one forward to Ollie Wright, who's headed out by the Patriot back line. And Wright, who's been a great attacking player for us this year, will play it back. Rattlers trying to stay perfect on KSAT 12 this season. Certainly this club has seemed to like playing at home. Some signature victories. Peralt gets out of some trouble. Got it in the middle to Mr. Sanchez. Got it outside to Wright. Centering effort there through Blasco. Unfortunately is pinballed out by DBU. You can see St. Mary's is really coming out with some good energy in the boots right now. Everyone moving quickly, and here maybe a little over-eager. Pushing the toss up a little bit with Morris, and he's signaled back by our line. He touches it into Blasco, the senior midfielder from Madrid, Spain. And plays it back through Lewis Wilson, the 6'1 defender from Aberdeen, Scotland. Helps to start the swing. And punched forward here by Denny Cresto. It's snuffed out by DBU, but not long will they keep possession. Blasco takes it away. Eases it back. Cresto will play it through the back line. Beautiful evening. The crowd about the same size as it was for the ladies' game. Wouldn't be surprised if a few more came over here as these temperatures become more comfortable here in San Antonio. We're fairly still as well. Had winds about 10 miles per hour during the ladies' game, blowing far side to near side, and those have continued, but with just a little less gusto, 6-7 miles per hour now. And DBU not off to a great start in conference play, and they're trying to play forward here off the foot of Tito Lopez. Rattlers interrupt, trying to spring it forward toward Reese Woolley. Loose in the aquarium, picked up by the Patriots. Matthew Hayes, 6-foot sophomore midfielder out of Frisco, Texas, played it back. Patriots back line plays it over the top, and it's headed back by Mr. Wilson to Jacob Sale, recipient of an LSC Goalkeeper of the Week already this year. Patriots take away a little bit too deep for comfort in our end. Rattlers trying to recover. Touch pass by Macias. Open here, Kevin Vaughn, but he was off, and that'll be a break for the St. Mary's Rattlers, trying to get it under control here a little bit after some loose play there in the middle of the field. We had a player slip and fall, created a chance for the Patriots. They can't quite take advantage. Dallas Baptist, they will get their opportunities. 5th in the conference in shots this season. They have had plenty of those at 83, so don't be surprised if they're able to generate a little offense. Finding the back of the net has been somewhat more difficult for the Patriots. St. Mary's here at home this year, scoring early has been a theme. Think about that game against the Colorado School of Mines, number 16 in the nation at the time. Scored in the first 3, scored very early as well against Midwestern State. Woolley, how about this? Grabs a Comet, tosses a lasso around it. Right, dance lesson. In the corner, leaves one. How about a beautiful ball by Morrison? There was a takedown in the box. And this should be a Rattler penalty coming, no doubt about that. Sanchez was shown the carpet. And Wright, who did convert a penalty in that first weekend at home, I believe will be the man to take it here. Hard foul. Sanchez was right there, seemingly with A beautiful chance on frame, and now a penalty for the Rattlers. Right. And puts it on the spot. Right. Puts it in the top shelf. Mustaza! 40-11, still to go. First half, Ali Wright slamming it like critics did with my cover of Thank You Next. Thank You Next. Put a little of a polka theme on that Thank You Next. Hey, thank you next. And that's what Ali Wright must be saying right now. This guy's been on fire, and he's been perfect from the penalty spot this year. Wright on the finish went top shelf, and that's his third goal of the season. Second time he's been able to convert a penalty. I am looking here to see who that penalty officially went on for Dallas Baptist. Gorgeous ball again, served up there by Morrison out of the corner after a good little lesson in footwork from Wright opened up the opportunity, and we will get to the bottom of that mystery here shortly to see who will be credited individually on the takedown for Dallas Baptist. But in the end, Wright with the conversion. Less than 5 minutes into it. As we said, a theme here at home has been scoring early. Fairly often for St. Mary's was Aaron Prue, who did receive the foul. That's Prue who took the foul there for the Dallas Baptist Patriots. So to the bottom of that we go, and to a 1-0 lead we go on the scoreboard. Great job from Ali Wright. 39-12 now to go in the first half, and things are coming up. St. Mary's here in the men's contest. Ladies contest unfortunately broke the way of Texas A&M International. Rattlers played well, had some opportunities to tie a 2-1 game late, and then very late opened up to 3-1 in the final minutes. The Dust Devils were able to get the better of the Rattlers, but the Patriots are going to have a harder time against this men's side that's been so gosh darn good at home. Patriots some trouble clearing and able to get it loose. Again, Prue with the foul on Sanchez, penalty. Just under 5 minutes into the match, Wright with his third goal of the season. That is the team high for Ali Wright, who's putting together an all-conference type of campaign right now. Obviously, the Rattlers with the advantage can't give anything back, and when you know it, Sale mishandles the ball. And crossing effort that's ultimately slammed home by Abraham Garcia at 38-14. Garcia on the goal to tie us up 1-1, and just like that, less than 2 minutes after, 1:57 officially after the penalty, we are sitting on a 1-1 score. Sale looked like he had a play on that, and not often that Sale has made mistakes this year. Also seemingly an all-conference type season for Sale, but couldn't handle that. Wright trying to continue a great start. Goes to the putter here, rolls it just wide. A miss by Wright. You can tell this Rattlers side not happy about having to go back to level ground. Looks like that goal is going down as unassisted. I do believe it was touched by Sale, so I think that was the right call there. Garcia with what was really a second chance type opportunity, though of course we will confirm to make sure on that. 1-1 our score, a flurry of activity, and we will see if St. Mary's is able to find the back of the net here again to get out to our second lead already. Woolley try to get it to him, snuffed out by the Patriots defense. DBU certainly cannot look past this team. They did suffer a loss in their last game, but it was in overtime. Against UT Tyler, lost 2-1. They had 12 shots on goal in that game, so plenty of opportunities. Garcia scored for DBU in that contest against UT Tyler, so he adds another one here against St. Mary's to stay hot. Garcia now with 3 goals on the season, 2 in the last 2 contests. He's also got a couple assists on the year, so it's been a good season for Garcia. Right? right. Our goal scorer trying to thread the needle against Vasquez, senior from Houston. Takes it away. Vong sends it in the corner. This has to be offsides. Indeed it is. Abraham Garcia, 5'8" junior out of Kaufman, Texas. He went to Kaufman High School. He's trying to charge onto that there, and a little bit too quick on the effort. Sale's going to come out to boot it loose. Kind of unfamiliar territory. Obviously, it's a common theme to score early, but just not a lot of goals given up overall, and not a lot of goals certainly early this season given up by St. Mary's. Kind of a different feel, but hey, it's our first night game, so it does feel a little bit strange out here. I'll tell you, I've got a flashlight at the ready if I have trouble with some of these numbers out of the field. There's Ibarachi using his flashlights, but ultimately shines the light out of bounds. You know, we're less than 10 minutes into this game. Can you believe that? Holy moly, feels like we're about 45 minutes deep with a 1-1 score. Last time out at home against number 8 Midwestern State. A couple of chances early for Midwestern State. Sale parried both of them. Rattlers ended up shutting out Midwestern. Some very, very hard-fought play in that game as well. Got a goal in each half. Late one by Markovich sealed the deal. Kane Smith had one early in the first. Never let Midwestern State into the back of the net. Different story here. DBU evens up early. Each of the last 4 games for the Rattlers, one of the teams has been shut out, either ourselves or the opponent. Obviously, that streak is snapped with a 1-1 score here early. Woolley, Jocelyn, the midfielder, Vasquez, senior out of Houston. He went to Howard Payne University, and he is going to put this on the tee for a DBU team that is trying to break a streak of futility against St. Mary's. St. Mary's has won 5 straight matchups between these two sides. Hard-fought play. Looked like a dive there, though, by the Patriots at the top of the box. They wanted a whistle. Ball caroms dangerously close to the press box. I take my couch cushion out just to be safe. It's my shield up here. Looked like on the slip and fall at the top of the box was Ethan Martinez. He's wearing the captain's armband. He's from Grand Prairie, Texas, just outside of Dallas. Wanted a call, never got it. Rattlers spring it outside. Ibarachi plays back, slotted to Blasco. Ibarachi trying to fend off a defender. Eases it back into the middle. Cresto wants to start the swing. Morrison. Too much there for Vong. Plays in the middle. Sanchez back through Cresto. Wants to get it outside. Martin will take it out of the air. Room to operate. Clever on the turn. Wanted Sanchez. Second chance for him. Slams it into a Patriot defender, and we are headed the other way. Touch forward by Martinez, the captain. Ultimately taken away, it looked like, by Wright. David Treviso threw the hands in the air. Youngster from Garland, Texas. He's just a freshman. Said foul play was at work, and our refereeing crew in the bright yellow here tonight does agree. Straight out of the aquarium with it will be Austin Mesa. He's also a freshman from Mansfield Summit High School over there in Arlington, Texas. He will blast it out of the center circle with just under 33 to go before the break. Sends it right on a skip to Sale. And Jacob, the superb keeper from Australia, is able to grab it no problem. There has not been another goalie who has played in a single minute this year. Sale was the 6th goal against him. He's 3-2-1 on the year. Obviously an early mistake, but I expect he'll play a perfect game here on out. Right. Creation. Blasco. Nutmeg the defender. Was picked up by Sanchez, instead sent away. Clearly the Rattlers motivated here. I think in terms of pure creativity, the Rattlers will have the distinct advantage over this Patriots side. For Coach Duchek, certainly potential, but they just have not been able to put it together this year. Morrison sends back. Blasco. Wilson. Out of the middle, Cresto. Lets it breathe. Peralt. Mountain Home, Texas. Touches forward, but that one out of bounds. Like he wanted Ibarachi on the far side. Nothing doing. Just about 10 minutes to 8 here in San Antonio. Ladies' game started at 5 and felt a lot different. Hot and sunny. And now nice and cool out here as the Rattlers and the Patriots battle under the lights. Win in the back. Wilson took it out of the air. Wright ends up with it. No look feed. Blasco. Sanchez. Heel pass. Wanted Wright. Interesting idea. Intercepted by Lopez. Patriots looking for a counter surge. And that's how they scored the first. Less than 2 minutes after we got the penalty from Wright to even the game at 1-1. And I think that'll be their chance. Just trying to counterpunch here tonight. Filling up lanes. It'll take quite the creative tic-tac-toe games to pick apart this defense. Ibarachi just stopped up enough. The defense there from Mesa, freshman out of Arlington. Went to the grass. Ibarachi, none too happy, runs all the way back to take it away. Real battle here as Ethan Martinez refuses to give even an inch. Sent Blasco earthward. Blasco up quickly and plays it through the back line. 15 gone now. Rattlers scored about 5 in. 2 minutes later, Patriots responded. Wright, as well as Garcia on the goals here today. Ibarachi ends up on the grass. No whistle. Much to the chagrin of these Rattler faithful. Play on, Patriots. Trying to match the intensity of the Rattlers. Macias loses it. How about this? Left foot. And a miss by Sanchez. Out wide, had some room to operate. Decided to try the luck. A bad idea here. In the net, Tristan Olvera. He's a 5'11 senior out of Grand Prairie, Texas. He went to Mountain View College. Like Sale, he's played all the minutes for his club. Has allowed 13 goals in 7 games, but has also made 22 saves. He's 1-4 on the season. Fellas from Dallas Baptist have had to really fight this year. Close games for him. Right. Tap back. Thinking about it was Cresto. Leaves it for Morrison and punched the other side. Playing through right in the middle. Almost stumbled over that. Recovers enough. Morrison with the left foot. Tapping. Cresto wanted something to open up. Settles back for Blasco. Outside. Peralt. A little time with it. Ibarachi corralled on the far side. Tapped out of bounds by Prue, who committed that. The foul that led to the penalty there in the first 5 minutes. Trying to bottle Ibarachi. Out of bounds. Now a restart will come as Dallas Baptist plays a little too physical, trying to keep us on the outside edge. Rattlers have shown a predilection to restart very quickly here in this game. And the refereeing crew is saying, go ahead and let a few more grains fall out of that hourglass. Let the sand slip away a little bit before you get going. Gonna move it back. See what we can do with it now. Right, was he off? No, good timing. It's it into the side of the netting. That was off a feed from Wilson. Dallas Baptist kind of gave up on it. It looked like a little bit. Thought he was off. Decent chance for Wright. Kethavong out. And in here is Brandon Torres, freshman from Frisco, Texas. Really a young team. This roster is littered with freshmen. Some sophomores as well for Dallas Baptist. Trying to get their feet under them. Patriots have not had a lot of success against St. Mary's. Go back in this rivalry to 1991. That was the year I believe the Soviet Union fell. Also the year that I was born. Coincidence? I think not. We go all the way back to 1991, though. The Rattlers of St. Mary's are 23-6 against Dallas Baptist. 5 W's in a row as well. How about this? Sanchez taking away. Prue's not had a great game. Gives one away there. Sanchez needs somebody to catch up. Patriots at least disrupt, but it'll be cold comfort. Prue Mesa closed it down, but we've got ourselves a corner coming. Sanchez goes short. Looks like there's a sub waiting. Edu 20 Pendred. It's going to come in, I think, here for the Rattlers. And indeed, he'll take Reese Woolley from the game. This is Pendred, who's been lightning in a bottle so far this year for the Rattlers. Just a freshman, one of the most dynamic players in this team. Ready, service across the top of the box. Sanchez pokes it back. Blasco, just a little too much helium in it. He sends a jet over the top of the bar. One-timer left high, but the chances continue to pile up. And with Pendred, the dynamic first-year player out of London, England, into the game, I assume they will become just more plentiful. Rattlers 3-0 here at SBC Field. Signature wins against top 16 teams. Pendred on a run. Flag goes up, right call. Hot air balloon came down. Pendred was trying to close in on it, but offsides. The St. Mary's club last year as high as 11 in the nation. Hosted a conference playoff game, Heartland conference playoff game, now in the Lone Star, but looking to host another conference playoff game, at least one this year. Program on the rise under our head coach, Johnny Clifford, already one of the most successful in St. Mary's history. You know, I was talking to Johnny before the game, and he was telling me about that contest last Thursday against Texas A&M International. He said, you know, we lost the game, lost it 2-0. A couple of goals second half at Texas A&M, but he said he still felt like the Rattlers outplayed the Dust Devils, still played extremely well. More shots, more possession. Just couldn't find the back of the net. Being at home certainly, I think, will help with that. Blasco off a throw, gets to Sanchez, right, ends up on the grass, and much to the chagrin of DBU, Mesa is called for a foul. He thought he hardly touched Ali. Right took the spill, and this is going to be a golden opportunity. 23-52. Could this be a look at the net? DBU will obviously delay here, get themselves set up. Something I think on frame would be the name of the game here. A couple around the ball. Sanchez is right next to it. He'll be the one to strike, though. I believe that's Peralt right next to the ball, right behind it. On his own right-hand side. But go to the left foot and just leaves it wide. And let me take that back. That was Morrison. Apologies on that. Tough on the angle there to see the number, but it was Morrison who took the boot. Just curled it. Near post. Narrow miss. Again, put it in the barrel of opportunities that have come St. Mary's way. Have been the better club so far. More chances. More opportunities. Early goal by Wright. Quickly erased, though. Slight mistake by Sale. Ball got away from him. Garcia tied the game with 38 to go in the half. Here we are now about halfway through the first half. 22 and change. Rattlers still dealing level ground. For DBU, this has to be a real positive here in the first 20-25 minutes, just to be at 1-1 after that early goal on a penalty committed by Prue, their defender. Wright able to capitalize and get back and hold the score at 1-1 despite a barrage of St. Mary's opportunities. Have to be satisfied, Looking for something quick again. On a surge. Toss toward the corner by Vasquez. Quickly. Rattlers able to throw some water on the candle. Leaks outside. Boot here over the top, looking for Pendred. Ends up in the middle. Matthew Hayes, midfielder out of Frisco, just a sophomore. Got a foot on it. Pendred off a disruption. Tries to get past his defender. Mesa just committed that foul outside the box. This time as the man sent to the ground. Pendred on a foul here, and the boot will come for DBU. Looks like Jesus Valenzuela is waiting for St. Mary's, so we're going to see a sub at the next available opportunity. Stretching out. Ball played over the top. St. Mary's able to get the head on it there. Leaping in the air was Alan Barr. Worth to get the head on it. It's ultimately played back through Sale. If that one slips through, it might be another decent look. Go over the top. See what you can do for DBU. Ibarachi, far side. Down the bowling alley. To Pendred. Wanted to tow it back to Ibarachi. A tangle. And a whistle coming out. Presto is ready to run onto it, but again, a DBU Patriot takes a spill. Dallas Baptist, though their record is just 2-5 overall, 2-4 non-conference, 0-1 Lone Star play. One of the positives, they've only been outscored 14-12 this season. A lot of tight games, so they are used to certainly playing in tight competitions. Rattlers waste a restart here. Wanted Morrison on the near side. He had Wright let that one go through for him, which just ran a little bit long. 19:40 to go. Toss, Vasquez. Header, Garcia toward the middle. Ball played out over the top. They do with a chance. Patriots able to secure, though. Pendred gives chase. Slotting effort off a Rattler foot. Ended up with Garcia. To the far side. Taking a spill, Martinez. A lot of players going down in this game. Patriots want to whistle there as Ibarachi got one of the DBU attackers, but it looked clean from up here. All over the top. Nothing doing. Wanting Sanchez. Patriots able to corral. Try to get it out. Stepping up to it. Rattler defenseman Liam Morrison. Touched in the middle. Eased out by Cresto. Ibarachi, all the time in the world. On the ground toward right. What will he do with it here? Back toward Morrison. Little touch and go. Just the two of them right now. In the middle, Sanchez. Turnage, right foot just wide. Waiting for the opportunity to develop. Sanchez gets a decent look. Graduate student, midfielder, 5'8" out of Houston, Texas. Just a little off the post there. Looks like Christian Nizer is into this ball game for DBU. Jonathan Macias is out. Sanchez is out for us. And St. Mary's will send Jesus Valenzuela in his place. Looks like there's one more sub here for DBU. Player comes off, and now the question is who is on. It looks like it'll be number 21, Coley McAuliffe. So go to the bench, both teams, 17:30 left, opening salvos taken for 7 minutes of the game, yielding a 1-1 score. Since then, St. Mary's clearly a more prolific team attacking, but will that ultimately put us on top for the second time in the game? Held on to the first lead for just 2 minutes. Ibarachi trying to settle. Booted into the middle. Taken away by McAuliffe. Fresh legs. touches it for the first time, but out of bounds on the far side. Rattlers take the toss from further back than we could have. Push up. Rachi taking it back to the middle of the field. Blasco out of the aquarium. Into the sewage system. Morrison trying to turn it loose. Getting in the gutter, though, with him was Brandon Torres, the sub, freshman out of Frisco, Texas. Puts some pressure on, gets it out of bounds. Vasquez will do the launching over the top. Challenge Morrison. Jars it loose. Ends up with right. And touched on toward Cresto. Trying to get creative here. Valenzuela has it taken away, though. Torres into the middle. Wanted it back off the foot of McAuliffe. Cleared, but not completely by the Rattlers. Wright continues to apply the pressure. Gets something out in Spring Pendred. That's Wright's intent here. Adu in fairly deep. Mesa all over him, and Pendred ends up on the grass. Mesa's been frustrated. Coaches are saying Mary's frustrated. Having a word with our refereeing crew here. Mesa, it was a pretty easy call to make. Got Adu fairly good there. It's another strike fairly close to the box here. Wright getting a little water. He's had to work hard here today. Cresto's going to be the man to boot. Dallas Baptist and St. Mary's waiting as Johnny gets a quick explanation here from our head referee about the talking, I suppose. Johnny was wanting to foul. Obviously, the foul was called, and I think the refereeing crew is just exchanging ideas on what Sandra Bullock movie we might be watching after the game. I'll tell you, I really, really, really loved Sandra Bullock in Saving Private Ryan. You remember her in Saving Private Ryan? What a performance. Should have gotten the Oscar for that, let me tell you that much. Cresta, I'm going to punch the ticket here. Denny, it's punched away, and it's going to be a foul. Too much contact there on the keeper. Olvera came out, and Olvera went down with the two-hand punch. Clearance would have been enough to defuse the threat, but we had a Rattler streaking in there to try to challenge him. Couldn't get out of the way quickly enough. And it was Perrault, the junior defender, who did the tagging there. DBU trying to play it out. I do believe you have to let it go out of the box, don't you? On the goal kick, I think that was played a little bit early. Now they're just moving it up a little bit on the spot there for the foul, and be booted loose, intercepted but not cleanly by Blasco, taken away by DBU. Final 14:30. Pushes have to keep coming for the Rattlers. Certainly, something will open up here for St. Mary's. Some bad luck on some of these finishes. It's not a lot pushing forward for the Patriots right now. Outside of their goal by Garcia, although it was arguably mishandled there by Sale. Ibarachi, cross-field pass, leaves it for Wright. Perrault, Wright, settling in. Making it more difficult were the feet of Nizier there. Play it back through Lewis Wilson over the top. Let's see Ibarachi. It looked like that was deflected out by a Patriot head. It was Prue who did end up touching that out. Ibarachi sliding toward Pendred. Not to be, though. Laced forward. Easy enough for Barr to stick a foot in at. Get control. Nazir lobs it back. Garcia going to apply some pressure, but St. Mary's quickly relieves that pressure. Ibarachi looking through the periscope here. Valenzuela touching back. Cresto. Blasco. Oh, that's wonderful. Pendred just could not quite get to it. Wright was in the region as well. Blasco threading the needle there. Maybe had something, but just not quickly enough. Punt is taken out of the air. This is dangerous. Garcia gets Barr, able to turn. Sends it across the tackle box, well wide. Well, as we said, it's going to have to be something like that. Quick counter off something like a goal kick or a quick punt like that. Boot loose, go over the top. That's how DBU could take a lead. Substitution. This will be Marlon Flores, who's on, and Alan Barr, who's off for St. Mary's. DBU with a couple on as well. Blaine Moore as well as Noah McConnell. And it looks like 18 and 22. Ethan Martinez and Abraham Garcia, the goal scorer, are off for Dallas Baptist, presumably for the rest of the half. 11:40 to go. Not much time to come back before they play that sheep noise. They're doing the baa now here to signal halftime. How about Pendred shearing a sheep here? They do. With the right foot, yes sir! 2-1 St. Mary's. Adu Pendred. Cutting them up like complimentary meatloaf at a barber school get-to-know-you breakfast. Hey, I'll tell you, those barber school get-to-know-you breakfasts, pretty tasty. And that was nice and tasty there from Pendred. He was able to get it under control and put it home. Adu, as we said, has been very dynamic this year, and the 6'4" freshman out of London, England, he's been phenomenal. Adds to his highlight reel this year. That is his first goal, though he did previously have an assist. 3 points now in the year for Adu. Goal comes with about 11:20 to go here in the first half, and really, really good stuff from Adu Pendred. Love what I've seen from that youngster so far, and I believe that he will be one of the true stars of this program for many years to come. Cannot overlook, though, the wonderful pass there by Lewis Wilson. Blasco thought there was a stoppage in play. He just put his hand on the ball there about midfield. DBU will scramble to restart it, but really good setup there from Lewis Wilson. And Pendred able to get it under control, find a way to weave through the defense and finish that up. Wilson does a great job in the back, certainly one of the most reliable this season for this club. For Wilson, that's going to be his first point. 6 games now for Lewis. First assist on the year. Patriots again trying to respond, making things interesting for sure. Quick counters after the goals. A couple of Rattlers skulls able to help us breathe a little more easily. As we get to the 10-minute mark. 2-1, a flurry of activity here in the first half. Let's see if the Rattlers can get a little insurance. If you've been listening this year, you know that I have to have insurance on every single thing that I own. And getting a 2-goal lead is a huge part of that. You know, I have insurance on everything. I even have insurance on my car. Can you believe that? This day and age, that's right, broke down, finally got it. See if we can maybe get some insurance here. Pushing some shoving. Well, these two clubs certainly have not been gentle with each other. We've seen plenty of spillages, and we have seen plenty of physical play from both sides. But talking to Johnny again before the game, this is really par for the course between these two programs. He was expecting a nice physical matchup and a hard-fought game between these two teams. I'll tell you, the ladies' game earlier today, obviously taking on a different program, Texas A&M International. Boy, that was hard-fought as well. Both clubs were really challenging each other, and I like this game right here. A contest that we expect to be close, at least into the late stages, but see, maybe the Rattlers can open something up here. Pendred again. Not able to settle that too cleanly. Of course, plenty of pressure from DBU. Gets to it. Trying to turn it into the middle. He wanted Marlon Flores there. And it ends up all the way on the other side with Sale, who picks it up and rolls it loose. Peralt will help him get it out of trouble. Little Thursday evening soccer right here in San Antonio, Texas. On the campus of St. Mary's. Make sure that you are out here early and often with us this season. I will tell you, we got a flurry of games. So many games, a whole host of them coming up between the ladies' side as well as the men's side. And we are hopeful that you will be out here with us at Sigma Beta Chi Field. Really one of the best crowds, it seems, in the Lone Star Conference now here at the home of St. Mary's. There's been some really good crowds. And if you can't watch it on KSAT 12, why not hop in the old minivan, come out here? How about that? Pendred, Ibarachi in a minivan. Disrupted by the Patriots. They thought it was off of Martin, but fairly clear from, about 75, 100 yards away here in the press box. That it was off of number 5. That's Mr. Mesa. So the Rattlers will have a corner kick. Ladies will be back next Thursday here at Sigma Beta Chi Field. The men will be here on the 5th, so that's Saturday, just 2 days from today. Blasco is off here for St. Mary's. Kean Foley is on. You know, after Saturday, you will have to wait a while to see the men's team, all the way until Halloween. The Texas Permian Basin comes to town, but the ladies in between the 10th and that return of the men's team on the 31st. I think there's 4 women's games. Double check. It's either 4 or 5 in that span. So a lot of opportunities to see St. Mary's soccer. Trying to get the 3-1 lead. Corner here, though, is gobbled up by Olvera. Not much of a threat. Ran it pretty close to the line, and Olvera able to come down with that unchallenged. There's certainly been a whistle for taking the goalkeeper down earlier in the game, and here's a whistle for taking a player down about midfield. I'll tell you that there's a lot of positives right now for St. Mary's men's soccer, and program on the rise has made a real push at home. Hard to believe, but there's only a handful more games. I think there's only 4 more men's home games after tonight. Kind of a front-loaded home schedule for the men. Different story for the ladies. Still a lot on that side. Patriots making something here. Rattlers trying to cool down the stew. Shot there by Treviso. Ran into a Rattler defender, and it is taken away and cleared out. One wonders, and I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, obviously with a real test looming against a nice St. Edward's team on Saturday. Mind starts to wonder, could this St. Mary's squad go through the entire regular season home schedule undefeated? So far, every test has been passed. Still have a ways to go against DBU. 5 minutes left in the first. Got to get through this one first. Nazir won it there, a little bit outside the box here, and ultimately earns a free boot. Treviso and Vasquez around the ball. Who wants it there? Checking with their headman Chip Duchek. Looks like it is going to be Treviso. Treviso puts the stamp on the envelope. Sale will grab it on the other side. Get off ahead. Players bunched, top of the box. Sale able to make a relatively easy grab. Ran it down, read it well. Traffic. Most important thing, be able to see through the windshield. Does that. Pendred, who's scored the go-ahead goal, tries to run onto that. The Patriots take it away. Matthew Hayes touched it back. Balloon over the top. Let's see if the Rattlers can just settle this down. Controlled charge forward. They're still playing it back right now. Peralt trying to change that. Wanted Pendred. Ball ricochets to Valenzuela. Gets it under control. 3:49. Far side, Martin Ibarachi. Wilson, who had the assist on the Pendred goal. It's to Morrison right. Morrison makes a run for him. Wonderful idea. Stopped up just enough, though. Getting a boot on it was Treviso. But Flores touching it back. Eased back into the Shark Tank. Peralta out with it. Presto trying to touch forward. Wanted to get it to right. Good takeaway by the Rattlers. Pressure still. Valenzuela. Chip it right. Oh. Almost getting through a late stream of DBU defenders disrupting. Right. Seemed like he was a hard cutaway there from being right in front of the frame, with only Olvera in that gray silver jersey standing in front of him. Presto centering. Foley. Peralta quarterbacking. Ibarachi saying, give it to me on the outside, and not on the same page. Peralta thought Ibarachi was headed to the corner. Ibarachi stayed on the sideline. Goal about 5 minutes in for St. Mary's. And then another with about 11 remaining in this half to account for our 2 goals. Goal 7 minutes in by DBU. It's been Wright, then Garcia for DBU, then Pendred. Assisted by Wilson for St. Mary's. Pushing and shoving. Valenzuela gets a taste of the ground here. Pro was the one who sent him down. He's from Escondido, California. Went to Palomar College. 6'2" senior. Took down Valenzuela. St. Mary's. Still time here. About 100 seconds left in the half. Right. Almost. One of them. Taken out of the air by DBU. Now do they have time for a push? Morrison won't let them out of their own end. Good disruption. It was Flores there saying that maybe it tipped off a Patriot, but I think this will come out. DBU is going to have a sub, and they will pull Treviso from the game. McCullough comes on for a second shift. Wright wins it. Foley back toward Ibarachi. Slotting forward, a minute to go. Presto sends it skyward. Pendred just a poke of the head to see if maybe it could be run on to top of the box. Snuffed out by Olvera. 2-1 your score. St. Mary's certainly has dominated the flow of play. Did that, though, against Texas A&M International. Just did not come away with the victory. So nothing guaranteed despite being up 2-1. Going to have to keep the pedal to the metal, certainly. We will take a 14.5-minute break. Actually, it's our first night game, and it's nice cool temperatures. Everybody's feeling good. So let's call it a 14-minute, 20-second break. And then we will come back after those 14 minutes, 20 seconds with some stats. Tell you a little bit more about this contest so far before the resumption of live play-by-play right here on the Rattler Athletic Network, as well as KSAT 12. Less than 10 seconds here. First half. Foley, why not try your luck? Runs it into a couple of Patriot boots. Olvera scoops it up, and we are done for the first half. Goals by Wright and Pendred. The difference right now, Rattlers up 2-1 over the DBU Patriots. First home conference game of the season for the St. Mary's men. It'll continue in just 15 minutes right after this on your home for all things St. Mary's University Athletics, the Rattler Athletic Network.
Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
A strong tradition of academic excellence, a commitment to community, and a rich history of athletic success, the Lone Star Conference has long been known as a leader in intercollegiate athletics. Now with 19 institutions that embody the best in college sports, the Lone Star Conference is the largest and most dynamic conference in NCAA Division II. 19 members strong, 19 members proud. This is the new Lone Star Conference.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
A strong tradition of academic excellence, a commitment to community, and a rich history of athletic success, the Lone Star Conference has long been known as a leader in intercollegiate athletics. Now with 19 institutions that embody the best in college sports, the Lone Star Conference is the largest and most dynamic conference in NCAA Division II. 19 members strong, 19 members proud. This is the new Lone Star Conference.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
A strong tradition of academic excellence, a commitment to community, and a rich history of athletic success, the Lone Star Conference has long been known as a leader in intercollegiate athletics. Now with 19 institutions that embody the best in college sports, the Lone Star Conference is the largest and most dynamic conference in NCAA Division II. 19 members strong, 19 members proud. This is the new Lone Star Conference.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
A strong tradition of academic excellence, a commitment to community, and a rich history of athletic success, the Lone Star Conference has long been known as a leader in intercollegiate athletics. Now with 19 institutions that embody the best in college sports, the Lone Star Conference is the largest and most dynamic conference in NCAA Division II. 19 members strong, 19 members proud. This is the new Lone Star Conference.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. on the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
A strong tradition of academic excellence, a commitment to community, and a rich history of athletic success, the Lone Star Conference has long been known as a leader in intercollegiate athletics. Now with 19 institutions that embody the best in college sports, the Lone Star Conference is the largest and most dynamic conference in NCAA Division II. 19 members strong, 19 members proud. This is the new Lone Star Conference.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Sigma Beta Chi Field here at the park on the campus of St. Mary's, where the Rattlers are leading this one by a score of 2-1, just about a minute away from starting the second half against the Dallas Baptist University Patriots. So far, so good for the Rattlers. Got out to a 1-0 lead. Just 4:28 into the game. Officially, Ollie Wright on a penalty kick put the Rattlers on top. But then about 2 minutes later, 6:46 mark, Abraham Garcia was able to come up with his fourth goal on the season. It did go down as unassisted. Adu Pendret came up with his first goal of the season, 33-41. Into the first half to give the Rattlers the lead once again at 2-1. St. Mary's outshot the Patriots 7-4. Rattlers had 2 corner kicks, 0 for the Patriots. The Rattlers were able to come up with a couple of goals and did have plenty more opportunities, did control possession. 7-4 officially outshooting the boys from DBU, though of course each team had 2 shots on target. Difference was that the Rattlers did capitalize on both. We did control the ball 69% of the time in the opening half versus 31% for the Patriots. So certainly more ball control, more opportunities for St. Mary's. Did feel like the flow of the game was firmly in control for the Rattlers, but all of that doesn't mean much if you cannot hold on to the lead, and the best way to hold on to it is by expanding it. Rattlers against Texas A&M International, according to Johnny Clifford, probably outplayed that Dust Devil team, outshot them, had it seemed better possessions, but ultimately fell in that game, cannot afford. Something similar happening here in our first home conference match of the season. Looking to go to 4-0-0 at Sigma Beta Chi Field here in 2019. Rattlers, opening tap. And we are underway here in the second half. Thanks again for being with us here on the Rattler Athletic Network, as well as KSAT 12. Rattlers and the Patriots. Earlier today we had Texas A&M International and our St. Mary's Rattlers on the ladies' side. A&M ended up winning that ball game 3-1. And it was a tight one until it wasn't late. Texas A&M got a very late goal to open it up. Rattlers on the men's side have responded well to that loss against the Texas A&M International men last week. Doing well against DBU, a misplayed ball here. We'll give the Patriots their first try of the second half. Just cannot go back on the heels here. Cannot let down. Need to keep the intensity up against the Patriots. Ibarachi helping to get this to Peralt and out of trouble. Springing loose with it is Cresto in the middle. Slotted it forward to Sanchez, played back, and the Rattlers content just to build on this huge lead in terms of possession over the top. And Pendred headed away by Meza. Was right in the thick of it in the first half defensively for DBU. Pass. Get McAuliffe on the outside. He will just boot it out. Taken out of the air by Peralt, the defender from Mountain Home, Texas. Touches outside. Morrison leaves it off here for a teammate on the far sideline. Clever move. Into the middle. Valenzuela wanting Pendred, and it takes a wonderful stop to prevent this from becoming a 3-1 game. Olvera dive in play to rob Pendred of potentially his second goal of the game and season. Nice little setup there by Valenzuela. As well, toward the top of the box, got it to Adu, who almost had the perfect finish. Mr. Pendred, though, stifled. I believe that all started with Marlon Flores on the outside, bringing it back into the slot. And St. Mary's pretty much picking up where they've left off here. Passing is crisp. The second half so far. Flores will hold on to the possession. Looked like some wrapping up being done there by the Patriots. Arms were wrapped around Valenzuela by Macias. No whistle. Valenzuela to Edu. Trying to poke it outside. And it's jarred loose by the Patriots. Rattlers favored to win this game, certainly. Obviously, the majority of the matchups in my lifetime, the last 28 years, vast majority have gone to the Rattlers, but you just never know with this DBU team. Traditionally very good. Oh, Ibarachi. Martin outside. And it runs across the mouth of the goal. Opportunity set up by Ibarachi, but ultimately left wanting of the Rattlers. Like it was Flores who leaked that one across the mouth of the goal. Nobody there to finish. A couple opportunities that have gotten us excited here early, and I'm sure that it won't be long before the next comes for St. Mary's. Sanchez tries to disrupt the boot loose. Edu just to get it back to Blasco. Sanchez turning. Pendred tries to cut it back. Maintains. Wanted Sanchez or Valenzuela. It doesn't quite find its way there. Valenzuela on the carom back. Not on the same page with Pendred, and that one was sniffed out by the Patriots defense as well. They're able to clear. Wilson gets a noggin on it. Touchdown, Martinez. Gets it outside. Torres shoots it forward. Martinez taps the brakes. Tried to get around a Rattler defender. Ends up on the carpet. Looked like Morrison might have ticked his boots there. send him to the grass. Rattlers certainly disagree. Patriots will stack up here. Not going to get a ton of looks. The second half. And the clock is ticking for them metaphorically as well as literally. If this game gets to 3-1, I think if it's not in the refrigerator, it'll at least be in some high-end Tupperware. I'm not talking about the 97-cent Tupperware either. I'm talking about the $2.99 Tupperware. Type of Tupperware you give to your grandmother for Christmas. Oh! Sale on the punch. Blocked. Like the Backstreet Boys did with me after excessive fan mail became a problem. I'll tell you what, they said you have to keep it at 5 postcards a day. I sent them 5 postcards and 1 letter a day, and they blocked me. Can you believe that? Great work, though, by Sale. Launch here from the corner by Macias. 39-40, still to go, and that's a skull of a Rattler that's able to jar this loose. Sanchez off to the races, and Sanchez burns Vasquez. Vasquez able to get back, though. Win the battle. Well, that's a great effort there by Vasquez. Obviously, I'm sure we have quite a few listeners up there in Dallas tonight and want to tip our cap to them, say thank you, and how are you? Appreciate you being with us, all you Patriot fans out there in internet radio and television land this evening. Thank you for making this your destination on a Thursday night sail. Able to gobble that up. Rolls it loose, and the Rattlers are going to just ease this out. Plenty of room to work with for Lewis Wilson. Plays it forward, ends up with Valenzuela. Valenzuela wants Ibarachi. Just a little bit misguided on the laser. Johnny imparting the wisdom here to Martin. Boot loose, runs long. Peralt fending off a Patriot. Martinez was the one giving chase. Ends up with DBU on the sideline. Garcia, their goal scorer, has been really good this year. Would not be surprised to see him on the all-conference list. Does the honors on the throw and the shot by Martinez. Luckily, it's just a little too far skyward. Well, 2 goals were scored in the first 7 minutes of the first half. 7 minutes have now gone by here in the second. Both teams could easily have a goal. Certainly that save early by Olvera. Punch away by Sale on a chance by DBU. That right there from Martinez. A lot of soccer still to go and a lot of chances coming early in a half once again. Martinez trying to assert his will, swarmed by Rattlers. Blasco the one to ultimately get it out. Pendred can apply some pressure here against Meza. Difficult for Meza. He ended up on the ground. Pendred, hard challenge. Got whistled dead there very briefly, and DBU's able to pound it out. This is easy for Sale, top of the tackle box. And St. Mary's, as usual, moving quickly. Club that's predicated on an attacking style. Don't look for them to play around with it too much in the back. Obviously, there's a certain measurement that you have to take, a certain time that you have to wait for something to develop. But this club loves to move forward. Stifled here, Garcia on the pick before it could get to Ibarachi. Touch back to Treviso. Treviso launches forward into the corner, but that one is on the long slide to nowhere, in the words of the great English poet Philip Larkin. Shout out to any Philip Larkin family we might have out there listening tonight. I believe Philip, the former poet laureate, I think, of Great Britain, died in 1985, so we're confident he's not listening. But any family and friends out there, there's a quick nod to you. Booted loose. Sale will pick it up. Ibarachi on the sideline. Wants someone to come for him. Blasco looking for Sanchez. Couldn't get to it. DBU starting to maybe shift this second half. paint the portrait a little more to their liking. Probing effort. Wrapped up by Sale. Takes it out of the saran wrap. Sandwich on the counter. Cresto serves it in the deli. Pendred stymied, but ultimately out of bounds. Rattlers will, actually it looks like take it on a restart. Looks like this is indeed out of bounds. A little further back though than I thought. Blasco out of the middle. One of DiBaracci picked up by Garcia. Garcia forward. Martinez against Peralt. Taps the brakes. Eased back. Treviso shoots it through the slot. Martinez. Back through McCullough. Plenty of time. Caterpillars one. Garcia gets it under control. Have to be precise in the middle. DBU not precise enough. Pendred to win the ball after Blasco passed it forward. Rattlers wanted a whistle. Pendred thought Treviso took him down. Not happy about the silence from this refereeing crew. Physical game. Presto gets it loose. Sanchez. Now Valenzuela. 5 back for DBU. Nothing to do with it. But get it to Sanchez on to Ibarrachi. 33-56, still remaining regulation. 2-1 our score at half, and it's remained that way. Wright and Pendred, each with a goal so far for St. Mary's. Garcia with an early goal for DBU. About 70-30 in terms of possession so far, St. Mary's. Second half, though, starting to look like it might be a little kinder in terms of keeping the ball on the boots for DBU. They have made some adjustments, and after some initial clean passing from St. Mary's early in this half, a little more trouble stringing things together. Might be a little film developing here. Valenzuela to Ibarrachi. Martin taking on McCullough. Wanted to get it back to Valenzuela. Slip and a fall, and Valenzuela is tossed unceremoniously out of bounds. Garcia sent him flying. Duchik is shrugging his shoulders. Garcia grabbed him with a couple of hands there and tossed him out of bounds. St. Mary's thought it was a throw. The players did. The coaches knew it was a kick. Have to restart it with the feet. No love lost. Either side. Furious, fast. Certainly physical from these two teams. Ibarrachi looking for something clean here in the second half. He had some good runs first half. Plays it all the way back through Peralt. Blasco out of the gumball machine. Try to slot something. Deflects off a Patriot. Valenzuela scoops out the loose change. Garcia soft pressure. Forces him to swing outside. Telegraph, though. Patriots take it out of the air briefly. Blasco touching back. Cresto. This is that man, Ibarrachi. Martin plays it safe. Swung to the far side. Morrison in the middle. Blasco, would he try it? Laser! Stopped up by Olvera. And not too many Rattlers there closing in after a punch away on a diving save by Olvera. Blasco, a decent look. Why not? Wright, who's been an engine for us here tonight, going to come on. Did not start this half. 31-20 remaining. He comes back, and Kane Smith had a goal against Midwestern State, number 8 at the time. Going to come in as well for St. Mary's. Valenzuela and Flores off. Rattlers trying to slot. Right. Wanted a fortuitous bounce. Plays it back. Rattlers sent to the grass. No call, much to the ire of the Rattlers bench. Again, a play on. Smith can't quite run that down, get it under control. Patriots trying to make something of it over the top. Nizier, stifled. Peralt trying to help get it out. Alex Bustamante picks it up. Played toward the top of the box. The ever-dangerous Garcia turning and lifted high. Dangerous. Garcia quickly on the shot. Leaves it over the bar. Well, things are nice and exciting here in the second half. Only 15 gone by. And expect the thermostat to go up even higher, at least metaphorically speaking. Sale sends a blimp toward Pendred. Adu, it's under control, right to Ibarachi. Out of the midfield with the help of Blasco. Martin going forward. Touches back. This is Cresto. Lets it breathe outside. Oxygen in the lungs. Even more. Wilson. In the middle, Denny. Swings it outside. Martin. Right. Good passing here. Blasco to right. Again outside. Peralt charges through. Keeps possession. Chippiness here. Feel like we're at the Frito-Lay factory. Chips and chips and chips. And I will tell you, refereeing crew has heard quite a bit of pressure from both sides. Whistles that have come, whistles that have not. Talking to here will subside, and the Rattlers will take the free kick. Wasco on the ball right now with Cresto in the area. There's been pushing, there's been shoving, there's been hip checking. There has been a lot of hard play here today. Ibarachi, soft little line toward the middle of the box. Snuffed by DBU. Martin tries to play it back in. Bang toward Adu Pendred. Rattlers keep it alive. Ibarachi. Had some sinking action to it toward the top of the bar. Close. Ibarachi certainly capable of striking, and good little opportunity there on a ball kept alive by the Rattlers. Ibarachi trying to resuscitate and almost making this a 3-1 game. As I said, if it gets to 3-1, then I think you can call it signed, sealed, if not completely delivered. Blaine Moore in. And this is music to our ears that Abraham Garcia is out. He's the goal scorer, and he made us nervous just minutes ago with that shot over the bar. He'll get some rest before the final push. 27:47 to go. An eternity here in football terms. Kane Smith tries to keep one alive. DBU will push up with it from the timeline. 2-1 our score. St. Mary's trying to go to 4-0-0 at home. Get on track in Lone Star Conference play. Tough effort down in Laredo against Texas A&M International. Come back here against DBU. Got to win this one. St. Edward's is the better opponent to see this weekend. That'll be Saturday. Just can't overlook these Patriots. You might call a quote-unquote trap game, though the St. Mary's boys have certainly responded well with an advantage. It's about expanding and holding. Wright stifled on the spin. Cresto knocked down, taken away rudely by Nizier. Sent forward, Martinez. Taken away by the Rattler back line. Recovery, Morrison. More pressure coming, though, from DBU. Ibarachi has to fend it off. Twirls out of trouble. Blaine Moore gets back, gets in front. Blasco to right in the slot. Touch to Blasco. Opening up for it right. Swings it outside. Morrison will run onto that. Touch forward. Smith. Looking for a charging Rattler. Lost. Not for long. Ali. breaking out the stepovers, but ultimately for naught. Stolen away. Nizier onto the Rattler end. It's played back through Sale. Whistle does come out, restart, and that physical play does continue.
Toward that far sideline from Alex Bustamante, 5'7" freshman from Fort Worth, Texas,
Birdville High School alum. A lot of young players in this DBU team. This is one of those
games where they might grow up quite a bit. Maturity and experience, the order of the day for Ducek, the head man here at Dallas Baptist.
Hoping someone else will step up. Ethan Martinez, Jonathan Macias, David Treviso. When he gets back in the game, Garcia. All of them have multiple goals on the season. DBU again, the score differential this season is very, very thin coming into play today at 13-11. Now it's 15-12, very close. A little bit closer than that tough record. 2-5, 0-2 conference play might indicate. Rattlers have had their hands full here in the second half. DBU has come out with a spirited effort trying to stave off a third conference loss. So hard to beat these Rattlers at home, though. Sigma Beta Chi Field has been very kind to this men's side this year. Smith, touchback. Lewis Wilson, who had the assist on the Pendred goal, plays it forward. In the slot, Cresto brings it out of the air. Blasco. Through Ibarachi. Yes, Ibarachi trying to tap it in the middle. Snuffed by the Dallas Baptist defense. Blasco tried to lob it back. Ends up with Pendred on the far side. Staves off a hard tackle. Chips it. Wanted Sanchez. Battles Meza for it. Does win this. Sanchez turning nothing into something. Gives a chance toward the top of the box, but ricocheted out by DBU. Approaching the halfway point now in the second half, 23 and change. And it looks like Nenad Markovic, for the first time in the game, is about to come on for St. Mary's. Goal scorer against Midwestern State to seal that contest. A hard-fought win over the number 8 team in the nation. Markovic had a very acrobatic, creative goal to wrap up the W late in the second half. Ibarachi sent tumbling here. And it looks like it was the Patriot defender who got the worst of it. Blaine Moore flipped Ibarachi, caught quite a bit of contact himself. Moore is down. Ibarachi helps him, as does a teammate. Off is Pendred, on is Markovic. Moore looks like he's saying he can stay in the game. Training staff as well as the head coach Ducek are right there. I think Moore is going to step off. He will step off. And he's pointing at his head. He is on his feet. We'll give Garcia the chance to come back in. 23-10. His rest relatively short. Garcia, top goal scorer, now 4 on the season, though. DBU needs him to work some magic. Really get the chance, though. St. Mary's, it seems like when we really wanted to, have been able to keep it away from this Dallas Baptist side. How about Blasco battling? Blasco, tenacity. Centered, right. Opportunity. Adam Vinatieri splits the uprights. Field goal there from right. Great work by Blasco. Captain's armband. Obviously, that's the kind of effort you want. 3 subs for DBU plus 1 for St. Mary's. 17, 19, 23 for DBU. And Max De Leon, number 7, on here for Luis Sanchez for St. Mary's. Looks like it's Jonathan Macias, Brandon Torres, and Jaiden Kethavong on here for DBU. Garcia against Ibarachi. Quite a battle there, and might I say, great hair on both sides for Garcia and Ibarace. I think those are the two best hair contributors on the field right now. They're battling right there. You know, it's not all about the hair, but it can be. And I will tell you, that it was our motto when I worked at that wig factory, and it'll continue to be my motto in life. Play over the top on a restart after Garcia did a little shoving. Ball loose outside the box. DBU will pick it up. Not for long, though. Right. Plays it through De Leon. Surfed back. Morrison. Gets it toward Blasco. Ibarace on the near side. Kept it alive. It's going to end up being a throw-in here for St. Mary's. Looked like it was touched out by McCullough. Worked by Ibarace. I don't think even he thought for half a second he would have a chance at that. Kept it alive, though. Martin. Stifled here by McCullough. Has to defend him in the corner. Touchback Blasco. Can we swing here? Cresto will do just that. Morrison off the tee. Right. Middle. Turned back by Cresto. Plays it through Lewis Wilson. Again, he's got the only assist of this game. Other two goals unassisted. DBU unassisted. The ball was crossed. It was touched by Sale. Obviously right with the other goal and a penalty. How about Blasco? And this one is in! Oh! Mr. Carlos Blasco. Perfectly placed. What a shot from the captain, breaking this open like I did with the Slurpee machine on my last day at 7-Eleven. That was much to the chagrin of my assistant manager, Jeremy, let me tell you that much. Blasco, seemingly impossible angle, just squeezed it in. A beautiful shot from Blasco. It's his first goal on the year, 7th game. He's also got 1 assist, and obviously he's been key throughout the effort. Always on the field, always orchestrating out of the middle. Able to break through here with about 20 and a half to go. And now I think that's about to open a floodgate. Markovic would like to help open it even more. A little volley, not dissimilar to that crazy goal he scored against Midwestern State. Nothing doing, though. Olvera, it's tough for Olvera. A couple of saves first half. Ali Wright was credited with the assist on the goal there by Blasco. Good work by him to set it up. Tough, though, for Olvera, the keeper. Perfectly placed shot by Blasco. And even though there haven't been a ton of shots on frame, so many chances for the Rattlers, and eventually it just wears you down. It's tough. Olvera, he's had to face a lot of shots this season. DBU, they get quite a few chances offensively. They also give up chances on the defensive side of the ball. All part of it for a young team. Potential certainly there. Down the line, this Patriots team will be a squad to contend with, right? Gave it a good little poke there. Wanted De Leon to grab that and go. Didn't happen. Grabbed instead by Olvera with the mitts. 18:55 to go. 2-goal lead. I'll say it's too much for the Patriots, but you just never know. Get a key whistle here or there might help. One right here will give them a restart. Decent field position. This is Macias who's on the ball. Sale had a mistake early. He's been wonderful. Since, though, hasn't been tested too hard past the ones that he has been given. 3 goals, 3 different players. We will find out here shortly who our Pizza Patron player of the game is. Pay him a visit, Pizza Patron. Especially on a Rattler Tuesday, Macias. It's a little probing effort. Grabbed by Mr. Sale. 20% off on Tuesdays over there with my good friends at Pizza Patron. A lot of fun. Mention my name, and they might give you 21% off. You never know. That's Joey Santaboni. Say you heard about it right here on KSAT 12, as well as the Rattler Athletic Network, and I know that they will. They'll find a way to take care of you over there at Pizza Patron. Right, trying to shed the defender. Not a ton of whistles, but the chirping has become evident. Smith gets it forward. Cresto sees a man down the far side. Possession, just the name of the game. Won with distinction in the first half by St. Mary's. There's a push. Starting about 6-7 minutes into the second half, where it seemed like Dallas Baptist might be able to put together some longer stretches with the ball. But St. Mary is able to withstand that foul here. Perrault sent tumbling by Kevin Wong, who was charging toward the corner. 16:55 to go. 3-1 game, 2-1 at half. St. Mary's, beautiful goal by Carlos Blasco. Just shy of the 20-minute remaining mark right now has given us quite a bit of confidence down the stretch. In many ways, this has been Ollie Wright's game, though. A goal and an assist and some smart plays like that. He just banged it off a Patriot leg. Now the flag is saying that's going to go to DBU. I thought that should have been for St. Mary's, and it looks like the correct call has been made by the center referee. Lineman had it wrong. That was smart by Wright. Saw an opportunity to get a throw. Send it out of bounds out of the Patriots. He's got a goal and an assist. Really good stuff from Ollie Wright, and certainly his all-conference push has continued here on a pitch that he is very, very comfortable with. 3 goals, 2 assists now on the season. And it seems like these wins that we've really needed against some of the top teams in the country here in the home opener to the conference schedule. It's all run through Ollie, a youngster who has made quite a name for himself. Still just a junior from London, 5'10" midfielder. Grabs it here, pushes it to Kane. Smith plays it outside. Morrison will swing it back to the middle. Time here. Perrault. Kenneth Long, light pressure. Plays it forward. De Leon steps through to it. Blasco, he's got the last. Carlos touching off. Kane Smith in the middle. Vera comes diving right in front of Markovic, who is in the area. Good passing. Chance there for the Rattlers. Looked good. Old Vera, though, instincts were right on the money to come out and grab that. Still not done. Old Vera has done a lot here tonight. Not a lot you can do on the penalty. Pendred was able to weave through the defense off a good feed. Wilson later to give us the lead at 2-1. Blasco, a perfectly placed goal. I think Old Vera's played fairly well here this evening, even though he's given up 3 officially. Garachi centers. Nan Markovic. Nanad finds a way to get it outside after the curl. How about this? De Leon was in the neighborhood, but left just a hair long there on the crossing effort. I think that was Morrison far side who was trying to give him a chance. De Leon trying to close something down. DBU is going to get it at least toward midfield, though. 14:01. Time keeps dripping away here. Wilson confused by this call. Tosses it high in the air back to the spot. Whistled there on a foul. A lot of physical play. I haven't seen any cards come out, though, yet. Nothing of that nature. There's been some stern talking tos. Nothing more, though, here on this Thursday evening where things are looking very bright for the Rattlers. Restart. St. Mary's handles it well. Looked like DBU wanted to get it to Tito Lopez, their 6'1" freshman in the box there. How about another try? Sale able to gobble it up. Great work by Jacob Sale. Again, an early mistake, misplayed ball that was served into the box, ended up helping Garcia score, but Sale's been so strong this year, especially at home, and a guy who continues to grow,
just a sophomore goalkeeper, looking like he's going to pick up another W here this evening, his fourth. Will the Rattlers make it a 4-1 win rather than a 3-1 win? Right to Markovic. Certainly capable. Left foot. Olvera able to knock it away. And that Markovic testing the waters. There's going to be a corner for the Rattlers, and there's going to be a whole bunch of substitutes. 6 in total. 8, 15, 17, 21. Severda, Foley, Torres, Barr for St. Mary's. I believe this is 18 and 20, Martinez and Franklin. That's Ethan Martinez and Peyton Franklin for DBU. Wright is among the players to come off, as is Blasco. Great efforts by them. Linking up on the goal here in the second half that might account for all the scoring in the second 45, though we will see. That indeed is the case. I think this is Severda who's going to take this. In the middle, runs long, squeaks through. Garcia on the back end, just going to lob it out of play. Ibarachi to Severda, wanted to center, knocked down, bottom of the boot by DBU. They get it loose. Trying to get some turnage. Martinez. Rattlers converge. Take it away. Referee says play on. Martinez not happy about that. Markovic queuing here. The Rattlers content just to swim around in the aquarium with it. 10:45 left here at SBC Field. A long day of soccer. A great day of soccer. First doubleheader of the season. Ladies at 5, men got started here about 7:30. While the ladies didn't get the result they wanted. A lot of positives in a close game against Texas A&M International. The men seem certainly on course to wrap up a 4th win at home. How about this? Centering effort toward Markovic. Tapped away at the last minute by DBU. Good run. Connection not quite there. Martinez sprung on the other side. Get it to him. It's Lewis Wilson. Defending well. Stayed patient. Martinez ends up on the grass. Nothing dirty there, though. Just slipped and fell after it was taken away. Patriots take it right back. Macias on the steal. Not much on the development, though. Morrison able to defend it toward the end line, and this boot will come loose. Reese Woolley, who started this game, is going to come back. Dominic Rivera is going to come on here for St. Mary's. 9:27, 3-1 game. Sale will do the honors. Morrison, Markovic take a seat on the bench. Sale punches the ticket toward the timeline. Ibarachi trying to scoop it up. Plays it back. Lewis Wilson will just play it out. DBU with another sub waiting. Looks like they've got Jonathan Leach, sophomore midfielder from McKinney, Texas. Waiting on the sideline. And again, so many freshmen and sophomores on this club. Not a lot of upperclassmen. Some good opportunities for development for these players, and I'm sure the Dallas Baptist is going to get stronger as this season goes along. Still have certainly given us a run for the money tonight. 2-1 at half. Through about the first 25 of the second half as well. Still a 2-1 game before the Rattlers are able to break it open with Blasco. This has been the theme, though. Physical play. Garcia Martinez just trying to make something happen up top, and most likely just too little too late. Lewis touches it off. And everything back through Wilson. He and Wright with the assists in this game. Outside St. Mary's.
just passing it around like a milk jug full of Diet Mellow Yellow right now. Boy, I love that Diet Mellow Yellow, don't I? Sale. You ever do that? You ever buy a milk jug, empty out the milk, and then fill it with Diet Mellow Yellow? Ooh, boy, I love that. Woolley tried to run onto that. Stifled here by DBU. I'll tell you that down the line for St. Mary's, this is going to be a very, very exciting season because this club slipped a little bit early in conference play, but you look at the non-conference schedule, some of the wins on that. St. Mary's has announced to this Lone Star Conference, new conference for this club, that we are here to play, especially on our home field. You got St. Edwards coming in on Saturday, and that is going to be one of those tests. You really draw a bright red circle around on the calendar. Club in St. Edwards, it's always very strong, really on both sides, men's and women's. So a shot over the top toward Woolley, can't quite run it down. This will be a goal kick coming out for DBU. For the St. Mary's Rattlers, substitute is Anthony Moulton. Looks like it's Jonathan Leach who's come on here indeed for the DBU Patriots. That contest against St. Edwards, though, is going to be some sort of matchup. Obviously, a lot on the line there early for two teams that could be in a fight for that top spot in the conference, and a win will loom large. That's 5 p.m. on October 5th, 5 p.m. on 10-5 right here at Sigma Beta Chi Field. And on the Rattler Athletic Network, as well as KSAT 12, I'll be here for you, front and center, and I will, be excited for that ball game. Moulton tries to chip one into the box to himself. Moulton was able to stifle it. Leach tried to chip it over the shoulder to himself. Here's a good little run from Severda. Creativity. Ultimately, it takes a couple of Dallas Baptist defenders to stop him up. Again, October 5th, 5 p.m. Join us here. Then after that, the men's side will not be back here at Sigma Beta Chi Field until Halloween. October 31st, we'll start up a stretch of 3 straight games at home. Uh-oh. Leach turned away by Sale, but the second attempt is put in by the Patriots. Sale, frustrated, did a good job to parry the initial effort, but the second chance does go in for the Patriots. So all of a sudden, it's a 3-2 ball game. And the Rattlers, with 5:11 left, are trying to stave off what is looking like a furious final charge by DBU. Obviously, they got the ball back very quickly. It was slapped away, and DBU had to go get it. Subs coming back for St. Mary's, Wright and Blasco, obviously 2 your best, having come back after a whole spate of substitutes. Late in the game here for St. Mary's. Still waiting on the official word here on who got the goal for DBU. Wright off the opening tap was sprung toward the end line. We'll have that information here for you. Couldn't quite see on the putback there, though I'm sure the initial shot was by Leach, saved by Sale. But ultimately scoring were the Patriots to make this 3-2 with just over 5 to go. Restart sent out. Wright trying to keep it alive. Taken away by the Patriots. Again, a 1-goal game. Not a lot of time, but certainly some fire in their boots right now. Rattlers able to just play around with it right now. Sending forward, this is Woolley in behind a couple of Patriots, bangs it into a couple of defenders. Wright sends that one sailing.
had a chance after the blocked shot off the boot of Woolley. Looks like Severda is back. Ibarachi is out. And again, still waiting on the official word on that Patriots goal. Rattlers, though, really with the front line back. A lot of the starters returning. Verda having to come out and grab this before De Leon was able to get to it. 3-2 game, 3:15 to go. Still chances for both teams perhaps looming. St. Mary is trying to contain. De Leon tries to run it down right around the center circle. Rattlers get it to right, just pinballing around here. Can we get it forward? And can we hold on to what has suddenly become a very, very tight game here against these DBU Patriots, a club that has a lot of room to grow for sure. It was Brandon Torres who did get the goal for them officially to make it 3-2. So that was Brandon Torres, unassisted. Initial attempt was by Leach. Torres made it 3-2 there with about 5 to go. Now just over 2 to go. Boot forward. It's been Garcia and Torres tonight for DBU to at least make this very interesting down the stretch. Torres, that's his second goal of the season. Official word just coming through. Touch forward by the Rattlers. Whistle dead. And here's the appearance of that card. Card coming out. And with 1:46, the clock does stop. Johnny Clifford, St. Mary's head coach, assessed this. Like a whistle that'll give the DBU Patriots a restart here. Frustrations from both sides with some of the refereeing tonight. First card of the game comes in the last 2 minutes. Treviso is going to be the one to cue it. Treviso toward the top of the box, leaks through. A little too close for comfort, ends up out of bounds. It's going to be a goal kick, and certainly Sale will take his time to get this out. $1.24. Clock does stop. 2 on. Pendred and Sanchez return. 84 seconds, but suddenly it seems like those 84 seconds are about 84 minutes. Dallas Baptist with a late surge, and now there's a red card. There's a red card being shown to the St. Mary's bench. And it looks like one of the assistant coaches has been given it. I'm going to confirm here. Gary Tucker is the one who is shown the red card. So 2 cards in about 30 seconds. Second-year assistant coach Gary Tucker is going to have to exit the field here. He will head off along the perimeter. Very frustrated with the refereeing here, especially in the final stages. And a win, it still seems, is in the cards for St. Mary's, but here toward the end, it's just been a slog. Still an opportunity for Dallas Baptist to force overtime. Pendred challenge for the ball there. Toss. Goes down the sideline, battling for it. Martinez. Bottled, and there was some pushing there by Martinez. Sends a Rattler defender to the ground. We get to the 1 minute mark. It was Blasco who's had to come back into the game in the last 5 to fend off this DBU surge. Well, it has been a little bit close. But barring something miraculous here from DBU, this should belong to St. Mary's. Hard physical play continues. That's Graham Torres who sends a Patriot to the ground. Launch out here by the Pats. And Martinez doing everything he can. Jocelyn for it. Late chance. And luckily it goes skyward off the boot of Macias under 10 seconds. And this will do it. St. Mary's escapes here at home. A close victory. 3-2. Shaving it like an enthusiastic animal barber and a relatively cooperative ostrich. Hey, it's close. You shave the victory, and you get the win. 3-2 now, 4-0-0 on the season. St. Mary's, Rattlers men's soccer. Boy, it was exciting. A goal by Blasco is the difference in this one. Our only in the second half, assisted by Wright, who did have a goal and an assist. We'll double check here, but I've got a feeling that it'll be Wright who will be the player of the game here tonight. A good effort by St. Mary's. Got to tip the cap to Dallas Baptist. Boy, oh boy, they were really good here tonight. A very, very young team. Boy, they were very, very good in terms of just battling, sticking with it. St. Mary's first half really had quite a bit of advantage in terms of possession. Dallas Baptist, they battled back in the second half and definitely made it close, scored in the last about 5 minutes with about 5:11 to go. Again, that was Brandon Torres off an initial attempt by Leach. Able to make it 3-2. A couple of looks late for Dallas Baptist, but in the end, it is a 6th straight win against DBU for St. Mary's. DBU now a pretty astounding since 1991. 24-6 against Dallas Baptist. Ollie Wright is indeed the player of the game. That's brought to you by Pizza Patron. Wright with a goal and an assist. He is the Pizza Patron player of the game. Had an early goal on a penalty less than 5 minutes in. Pendred got his first goal, and that made it 2-1 going to the half. Blasco added one on an assist from Wright in the second half. There was a goal by Garcia right after the goal by Wright in the first, and then that late goal by Torres. But in the end, St. Mary's stealing it away like Post Malone did with America's Hearts in that Sunflower song. A 3-2 narrow win tonight for St. Mary's, and that does set up a great showdown on Saturday against a really strong St. Edward's team. St. Ed's in town Saturday, 5 p.m. That's October 5th. Be here with us on KSAT 12 as well as the entire Rattler Athletic Network. Until then, Joey Zanaboni saying so long and good night from San Antonio. St. Mary's men's soccer wins 3-2 over Dallas Baptist.